Hello and welcome to the latest CraftySniper's Airsoft videos. Right, today's video is, well, it's going to be a retake of a video I did, oh god, a year ago? 2 years ago? Long time ago, anyway. As you guys know, the fellow media person, Mr. Zoidwolf, has been doing tours, attending different airsoft sites in and around Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, and other places local to where he lives. And you've seen the videos, I've seen the videos. He shows off a bit of the site, get a little photos, and hey presto, good videos, some pretty damn good sites out there. However, there is one site that he hasn't done. So I've taken it upon myself, having been reminded about this, to actually do this video. So I'm going to take his idea of doing a review of a site, and I'm going to do it right here, not have to go anywhere. This is Combat Zone in Lincolnshire, a paintball site about 5 miles outside of Lincoln. We're just off the A57, and this is the home site for Lincolnshire Airsoft Club, a club that I've been part of now for, God, in about 6 years. And like I say, this is the video review of this site for 2019. In the 6 years I've been here, this site has changed quite a bit. A little bit of history, like I say, it's a paintball site, and as such it's made up of little maps, little areas, with things like that sat behind us, which is the church. Currently I am in, roughly speaking, the middle of the site. I have the church behind me, I have a drug cartel over that way, I've got a bridge structure, several bridge structures including towers that way, 2-story buildings are that way. What else we got? We've got the island over there, and all the way over there behind the safe zone area is the island. As you can just about see behind the church, green mesh area, a little bit beyond that, that's the safe zone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys some of the maps, and hopefully, if I get this right, I'm going to do a little walk round with the camera showing you guys the safe zone. Now obviously the safe zone is a very important part of any airsoft site, and here at Combat Zone we have, when the airsofters are in town, we have our own shop, our own Lincolnshire Airsoft Club shop, manned by our lovely staff ladies, who will be there to sign you in, take your money. You can buy BBs off them, you can buy safety, eyewear protection. What else do we sell? Gas. All the essentials you need for an airsoft day. We sometimes do have charity raising events, auctions, that's the word I'm looking for, where we can sell off old kit, where us airsofters can actually donate kit in for charity. It gets sold off at an auction. The club owner also puts forward an awful lot of material, let's say, to be sold out to us airsofters, on all the money goes to charity. I don't know off the top of my head how much money Lincolnshire Airsoft Club has raised at this site through charity or for charity, but it's been a lot because there seems to be these auctions all the time pretty much. But before I go and talk about that too much, let's take a look at the site. Welcome to the first of the map areas here at Combat Zone. This is the church. We have a nice little tower up here. Actually, I'll stand that way, you can actually see it. Yeah, nice little tower up there. Like I say, it is called the church area. We have gravestone-esque defences around us. We use this site here, or this map here, for attack and defend. We've done King of the Hill with up on the tower there. And basically it's a rather large, as you can see, walled structure, say one tower, to fight over. You can get a lot of team members in here. Firefights in this church go bananas when fully automatic fire is in order. Talking on the fully automatic, we do tend to try and tame down the fully automatic side of it. If you're outside, fully automatic burst fire rule is in effect. However, when you're inside the church, semi-automatic only. Basically because if you was to approach from this window here and shoot across there, fully automatic, it's going to hurt like a mother humper. So yes, this is the church structure, like I say, tower, 1 entrance, 2 entrances, 3 entrances, and as long as this video you can actually see sometimes some of these white containers, gravestones we like to call them, They're the defensive areas that complete the map area for the church. Welcome to the second part, or second map area here at Combat Zone. Now this is, I don't quite actually know what the designation of the paintballers call this, but this is what I call the bridge structures. This is actually one of the latest, one of the brand spanking new maps that has been added to Combat Zone. It came into being early 2019. A lot of work's gone into changing this whole area. It used to be a couple of sentry position boxes, just starting the area for the church, and I do believe that was about it really. What you've gone to now is a whole system of complexes of bridges. We've got one bridge, we've got a low-lying bridge, another bridge, and a bridge down a low-lying bridge down the bottom there. By low-lying I mean it's at floor level. The other bridges you do have to climb up to get to them. Basically, again, you've got these defensive boxes. There's one down here for defending teams. Us airsofters, we tend to use this again as a King of the Hill style event. So which team holds the flags on the bridges, at the end of the match usually wins. This one is usually a good close-in firefight because snipers can shoot all the way down there at the end of the site, pretty much to the other side. Trust me, I've done it. AEG users, you're not going to be out of range because you're going to be up close in the power pit or the trenches and all that, and you're going to have a bloody good time as well because there's going to be BBs flying everywhere. And for those of you that actually want to go on the bridges and become targets for snipers, there is defensive positions on there. However, I'll give you a word of warning. I'm 6'5", and the defensive wall structure is lower than where this camera is. So yeah, you have to be pretty small and young to be on those bridges because it is quite suicidal. But yes, this is the bridge area. Like I say, this is a brand spanking new, well, 6 months old part of Combat Zone. Right, now we're pretty much the back end of the site. As you can see over that shoulder even, is a two-storey structure. This is, well, you guessed it, it's a two-storey structure. It's a bit bigger than the church. You can actually get quite a few people up there. For safety reasons, I think we limit it down to 4 people at any one time in that top part there. But if you're up there with a sniper rifle, this whole area is open for you. It's open time. But my preferred choice getting up there would be a machine gunner. Get a machine gunner up there. Oh, it's fun. It's absolute fun. Again, we've got these defensive structures dotted around the map area. You've got some metal wall triangles set up so that you can actually hide. These are actually pretty good because even I can stand next to it and still be fairly well hidden. The great thing about metal as well is it makes one hell of a racket when a BB starts hitting it. So yeah, I've been stood around these things and all of a sudden, whack, sniper round hits it. It's quite intimidating. Over to my right, there is a woodland side of it. This is quite open at the moment, and therefore you will have to use the defensive structures if you want to get to the main entrance, which is just there. But there is a woodland side of it over there, and you can, because I've done it a few times, sneak up using that woodland and shoot the people in that tower, and they'll never see where it came from. Again, we use this as more attack and defend style matches. So we'll have a defensive team that will be allowed up to the wall around the whole structure and no further, and the attacking team will be here, starting off usually just over there, and basically they've got to get in, slot all the enemy, raise a flag, or just slot all the enemy if I'm going to make it nice and simple. Again, this is like the church. When I was saying earlier about the church being a bit of a cluster bomb of BBs flying everywhere, this is the same thing. Same style, fully automatic rules usually apply here. If you're outside, burst fire. If you're inside, semi-automatic. It's not really a limitation, but it's more a case of we don't want to hurt people, obviously. Sometimes we actually do run this match as an entire semi-automatic match because it's just easier if both teams are firing from the same set of rules. So yeah, two-storey structure. This is one of the oldest maps on the site. I remember this from 6 years ago. Hasn't really changed too much, a little bit tweaking here and there with some metal walls around it. You've got two little towers either side, little brown woodland towers there. Little ramps, you can get to those from inside the structure. and basically, yeah, if you want to go there, feel free. You are going to be a target. But yeah, so that's two-story structure here at Combat Zone. Welcome back to Combat Zone, and we are now currently at what the paintballers call, I believe, Hillbilly House. This again is an old structure, like the two-story structure I just showed you before. This is it's a two-story structure. It's smaller than the last one, but it does have a tower just in the middle there. It's actually a really good tower because it's really well camouflaged, if I'm honest. And yeah, people can, if they're smart and they're not just standing up there and the whole body on show, they can hide around there pretty well. So a good dug-in sniper or MG gunner or anything like that, again, is going to have a field day out here. One entrance at the front here, one entrance at the side. I do believe there's another entrance over there. Again, this is more a attack and defend kind of structure. If the airsofters are using this map only, that's probably what we'd use it as, an attack and defend, and swap it over half time. However, we have been known to say, right, A team is attacking from here, and there's an attacking team from the two-story structure that we was just at, and you've got to go and attack, I don't know, the bridge structure or something silly like that. We do tend to mix things up a little bit, and even though the paintballers obviously set up to have just this map being run at any one time, airsofters, we can actually use multiple maps for one match. Again, you've got a few defensive structures, blue barrels over there, got some metal oil drums sat behind the camera. Again, they make a nice noise when BBs hit them, but the main defensive point of this site is all of this wood. This is the densest part of the site wood-wise, and you can hide in here and just completely disappear if you're really, really smart about it. I fell asleep in a bush somewhere over there at a night match. I was being hunted by special forces. I was playing a particular role on that particular event. I'm not going to say too much because that role's going to be grown upon. But I was sat somewhere over there in a bush, in hiding, tactically awake, ready for the firefight, and promptly fell asleep. So yeah, you know, it happens. But again, these bushes are very, very dense. You can hide an entire team out here and they will just disappear. So really, really good up close and personal. For all you guys that like a little bit of CQB action in your buildings, this is kind of like the same thing, only it's outside. Lots of little walkways cut through the rhododendron bushes here allow for that up close and personal firefight. You'd be walking around down that corridor, all of a sudden go around a corner, and there's a whole gaggle of enemy players there they never even saw you approach. So yeah, it guarantees up close and personal styles of action here at Combat Zone. Welcome to the drug cartel. This is like the bridge structure, which is currently over there, one of the more newer map areas here at Combat Zone. It is a take on a very large, what I would call defensive position, that's not very defensive, if you know what I mean. You've got wire fences all the way around this, the whole perimeter. It's very, very large. It goes all the way back down there. There's another entrance just where I'm pointing down there, and there's an entrance right behind the camera. And basically, like I say, this is a drug cartel. We haven't used it for the drug purposes. What we tend to use it for is, again, attack and defend. If we're using a multi-map event, you could have any number of objectives like flags placed here that have got to be raised in certain colours for certain teams to guarantee that that is their point at the end of the match. You have, again, the blue oil drums around. We've got the old, actually, there is the two sentry position I was talking about with the bridge structures. They were actually reused at this site, so they are brilliant for sitting people with little submachine guns who can hide in them, and when you come running through you get slotted in the legs. There is a little sub-compound just off my left side here. Again, it's surrounded by chain link fences, but there is, I do believe there's little netting around it. I'm not 100%. Occasionally they do stop BBs. But basically, you're looking at another defensive position. Because of the size of this actual map area, it allows an enemy team, and you can get like, 60, 70 people in here, but spread them out. So it doesn't feel like a clustered up amount of airsofters. Again, with the attacking team, you can be surrounded. That's the key thing on this. Every single part around this map, you could be surrounded. There are defensive structures on the outside for an attacking team to hide behind, and basically, yeah, it's just a case of BBs flying everywhere. I don't know if we run semi-automatic matches on this side. I'm not on this particular event, map even. Not 100%, but yeah, so this is, like, say, one of the more newer sites. I think this one came in just after, or around the same time, let's say, as the bridge structure, which is currently somewhere over there through the bushes. I can't even see it. Now, you might be wondering, with Crafty, how big's the actual total site? Right, I ain't got a clue. It's a good couple of acres, good few acres even. It's so far that as I've been making this video and dotting around all the different map areas, I'm knackered, which just proves how out of shape I am. And I'm just carrying a camera. So, yeah, the total site, it's a paintball site. It's not going to be huge like an airsoft site, certainly not like, for anyone that remembers it, Curtain 2 site, which was hundreds of acres, but you've also got a lot more defensive structures around here that Curtain 2 did not have. I do know that in certain events, Lincolnshire Airsoft Club actually runs the whole site. If there's no paintballers here, we can have site-wide matches. And they're awesome. They're absolutely fantastic because you can have a a team, I shall say, starting off all the way down there, another team starting off all the way up there, and you meet in the middle. You've got multiple objectives, multiple flags, multiple map areas to take, and it becomes an absolute joy because now you can really roam out there if you're carrying a sniper rifle, and also have a great blast if you're just having a standard AEG. So yes, this is, like I say, the drug cartel. So pretty good area. I've had some good fun on this one.